Hey folks, it's me Chris, and I wanted to take a few seconds of your time to talk about this awesome new opportunity that we've been presented with for all of our lovely listeners. We can now offer you all a 1-month free trial from audible.com, allowing you full access to a vast library of audiobooks to choose from. As I mentioned earlier, the trial is completely free, and all you have to do is visit audibletrial.com/GHS and follow the instructions to sign up for a free membership today. We hope you guys enjoy Audible just as much as we do, and thanks for your time. But alright, cool. I guess we'll move on to nerd news. So, cool stuff as always, guys. I'm telling you, we mine the internet for these stuff, constantly mining, much like the dwarves in Lord of the Rings, who were greedy with their mining, but, you know, we're not that greedy. But anyway, we have some video game news and some movie news as always. Dude, Adnan, do you mind if I take this first piece, dude, of gaming news?
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Alright, sweet. I wrote this article, guys. You can find it on gamerheadlines.com. But, Sony has recently provided an update on the number of PlayStation 4 units it has sold since the system's launch, and it's pretty nutso. As of today, November 25th, Sony has sold, in lifetime sales, 30.2 million PlayStation 4 units. And just for a basis of comparison, just last month, Sony had announced that the company had shipped 29.3 million PS4 units to retail since the system's launch. So in basically a month, because that was late October, so in like a month, they've reached from shipping 29.3 to selling 30.2 million. That's fucking crazy. And that, you know, kind of like, without a doubt, makes it currently the best-selling console worldwide for this console generation.
I think I read that it's outpacing the PlayStation 2 by 2 months in terms of sale.
Holy fuck.
I read it. I think it was kind of like a very rough estimate, and like kind of like almost, it wasn't like a leading industry analyst or someone told it, but it was kind of like a rough kind of like estimate. I think it is outpacing it by 2 months.
God damn, that is because for those of for reference, PlayStation 2 is still to this day the high. I think Wii hasn't beaten it yet, right? That's still the highest selling home console. Yeah. Wii, I think, is like at 107 million or something, and PS2, I think, was like 160 million or something like that.
Round about that, yeah.
Yeah, holy fuck, man, that is crazy. That it's like keeping up with its pace. You know, PS4 could become like the next. It could. I mean, never say never, but god damn. But yeah, it's a stark contest. Last generation, like we mentioned, like of course, Wii was highest selling console, and 360 and PS3 were kind of like in a league of their own, trying to claim the number 2 spot. I think Sony was always like a little bit behind 360 last time I checked. But yeah, I think actually Wii U and Xbox One like might be tied at this point, but I think Xbox One is like gonna surpass the Wii U soon, very soon. Wow, that's crazy. It's so crazy how it's like the tables. It's like Austin Powers. The tables have turned, Mr. Powers. like they really have. Like it was like literally it's like everything has flip flopped. It was Nintendo. What was it? Number 1 Nintendo. Number 2 Microsoft. Number 3 Sony. It's literally flip flop. Number 1 Sony. Number 2 Microsoft. Number 3 Nintendo. That's wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. It is. It's precedent of the thing. I think I read something as well earlier this week saying that it might have been this week, like a couple of weeks ago, that Sony said they want to get around about 50 million units sold by the end of 2016.
Damn, 50,
which is very.
So that would be 45 million. Wow.
Yeah, which is very much possible. It's just kind of seeing where the PS4 is now kind of pacing itself. It needs to really kind of get the content now on the console. I think they have realised that they've kind of lagged behind a little bit on releasing certain games, but unbelievable. The success has been unbelievable. It kind of says, but you have to remember, I think one of the more interesting stories will be seeing how many Xbox gamers and Wii gamers have come to PlayStation.
Oh yeah,
it must have absorbed a lot of their core audience. Yeah, go on.
No, sorry, I was also going to say, yeah, and I think also it's just the way Sony began this generation. Like, they had a big lead-in from Microsoft because of pre buzz. Like everyone's like the PS4 is cheaper. You don't need to be connected. Remember that was a big thing. You don't have to be connected online all the time because Xbox One originally you had to be online all the time and like all this other stuff. And I think that's what kind of like it was the pre-buzz because remember like right before the system came out, not remember like this. We didn't report on this, but right before the system went out, I remember GameInformer.com. They went out and they interviewed people around Santa Monica and the Bay Area, and they were asking them like, hey, like what do you think of these systems? Everyone still thought Xbox One you had to be online, even though Microsoft had said no, you don't have to anymore. So that's another thing. Like when you make a move, like your first move, you have to be very careful because if you fuck up, like that's gonna be what people think is still going on. Even
it's damaging. It's kind of getting hard to retain any kind of like people you've lost as soon as you do something like that. So it's really hard because they can send it as much as they want, but the message has already been clear the first time it's happened.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, like it is just one of those things where Sony has really taken itself and like just not shot itself in the foot. This time around, it's really learned from past mistakes of the PlayStation 3's launch and everything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, props to Sony, though. Big news for them.
Oh, yeah. And in general, I think it's just great. This is something that I think a lot of people forget. Even if you are like, and I hate using this term, but if you're like an Xbox fanboy or something, this is always a great thing because competition is always going to keep these people on their toes. So, look at how kick-ass Xbox One has been. Like shit, Adden got a Xbox One recently. Like it's really like people are going in and they're picking it up now because the games are getting great, the exclusives are getting great. I mean, it seriously is a really good time to be a gamer right now. Like this is good. This is good stuff. I'm sure there's going to be a calm after this because they got to prepare for the next wave, but it's good stuff, man, all around.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but all right, cool. So that's that. You want to take this last gaming news piece?
I will take it.
Take it off.
Let's just word this. So news came in this week that the Battle of Jakku DLC will introduce a new mode to Star Wars Battlefront called Turning Point, which dramatizes the events which took place on the planet shortly following the Battle of Endor. These are the same events that created the debris we've glimpsed in the trailers for Star Wars The Force Awakens. The mode features an Imperial army holding out against forces of the New Republic, buoyed by their recent victory at the Battle of Endor. Lead level designer Dennis Branville describes the mode as, quote, at the edge of the map, the Empire has constructed a makeshift base as well as smaller fortifications strewn across the landscape. Following an emergency landing, the rebels need to locate the enemy bases and attack and take control of them all. Rebels need to locate and capture one of 3 control points in Imperial control. The clock is ticking, but if the rebel teams succeed with a capture, additional time will be added and new control points will be available for capture. Moving through these increasingly challenging checkpoints, the ultimate goal is keep as the Empire's base where the final stand will take place. End quote. So the Battle of Jakku DLC will feature 2 maps, with a larger Graveyard of the Giants said to provide, quote, great visual spectacle, end quote, according to Branville. And he said, and I quote, the battles are ever present, debris will be falling from the sky, and you'll even see a Super Star Destroyer come crashing down during the round, end quote.
Oh, shit.
So the map and the mode have been designed to feel especially epic. DICE concept artist Anton Grandet said, and I quote, there's a David and Goliath theme to this. The epic, huge superstructures of the Star Destroyers contrast against the tiny but brave rebel soldiers fighting the Imperial forces. We wanted to portray a battle surrounding you in every direction. Debris is falling from the sky, telling the story of the battle above. On the surface of the planet, you can see ground troopers as well as X-Wings all taking part in the fight. End quote. And Turning Point will be included in the Battle of Jakku DLC, which will be made available to all Battlefront players for free on December 8th. If you did pre-order the game like Chris, however, That's me injecting Chris and Taz in it, by the way. You'll be able to play Jakku a week earlier on December 1st.
The Force is with me, yeah. So silly, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, it. I think I'm more of a visual person, so reading about how the match is going to happen does not. I'm terrible at visualizing, so I think I need to kind of see it in action. But I think it sounds cool to say the least. I mean, it's free; you can't beat that. And it's going to be like a tie-in to The Force Awakens, so that's going to be really fucking cool. That's going to get the hype train going.
Whetting your appetite, Chris.
Yeah, dude. And 2 maps, that's really cool. I hope they have some like single player stuff, or at least they add like, a survival thing. I don't think they are personally, but that would be really cool. Like adding some more like missions and stuff based off these maps. But I'm thinking no. I think it's just going to be multiplayer only. Yeah, it's really cool. I dig it. I think more Star Wars is never a bad thing. I don't think, unless, well, we'll see in a few years when like 7 Disney movies come out and we're like, okay, that's enough. But for now,
definitely interested with the DLC. It's cool. It's free. Good kind of ideas they're giving. Obviously, the amount of stuff they were saying that was already dramatized and everything else was kind of like, yeah, like I don't really listen to stuff like that, but like from what I can tell, it looks cool. I think as a tie-in, especially for The Force Awakens, it's definitely one of those things for Star Wars fans to try out, even non-Star Wars fans as well.
I mean, they could have been dicks too and charged like $5 for this. It's free.
Could have been dicks and charged $50 for a season pass, but hey, well,
yeah. They thought, oh look, we're giving a free map. Okay, it's okay. We get $50 for a season pass. But yeah, so I'll hopefully, like, what is that? That's next week, December 1st. So maybe, I don't know. I know our schedules are... No, I won't be able to. I'll be leaving. Whatever. We'll figure something out. We'll probably be able to come in and say something at one point. But I'll probably have an update for you guys. And I'll be like, it's great! Or it's alright, or whatever. But, alright, cool. We'll move on to movie news now. Shit, do you want to take this first piece, Adnan, or do you want to take the second one? I almost said what it was.
I'll take the first one.
Okay, go for it.
I will take it, Captain.
Captain. Yeah, I was just calling you Captain. We're both captains of this podcast. That's all I was saying.
So, yeah, very interesting news, especially for me to wake up this morning, because it caught my eye whilst I was scrolling through my news read. So, Captain America Civil War received a new trailer and also posters for the movie. So I can't really go into it too much. I'd rather just start this as a discussion, Chris, because there's no point really reading this.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Because it's a pure synopsis there. Yeah. Posters, what do you think?
Posters were pretty cool. I like the idea of there's one of, Tony and Steve just looking fucking like, I'm gonna fuck you up, dude. Like, it's exactly what Civil War was. I really like the posters where it's like, just Captain America and you see Tony or Iron Man's reflection, and then it's Iron Man basically, it's like a follow-up where he's kicking Captain America's ass, and you see, him like, oh shit. They're cool posters. It's stuff you don't normally see, I think. I actually like the one of Tony fighting Steve and him holding up the shield. I think that's my favorite one of all of them. It's unique. I think it's really cool.
They're not. They don't really. I mean, those kind of posters really don't scream much, do they anymore?
Yeah,
very much like other ones. But I do like the kind of the aesthetic design. That I prefer the other one, to be honest. The one of Captain America with him in the Iron Man and the shield.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know. I like how it's capturing a very intimate moment, the battle thing. But I think they're all good. All the posters are really good, like all the same.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah. And as for the trailer, yeah, dude, I really dug it. I thought it was very... I mean, this is a teaser, and it was like 2 minutes, so I'm like, yeah. Because teasers are normally like a minute and a half or something. But yeah, I really dug it. I thought it was really cool. I think I read a lot of quotes on my Twitter feed and on my Facebook feed where everyone was saying pretty much the same thing. Finally, a superhero movie that I'm excited about. Because it's kind of true, like the machine, like what we talked about with Avengers and Ant-Man and stuff, like the machine has been kind of like losing its steam. This looks fucking awesome. It like legitimately looks really fucking cool. And yeah, I want to see what they're gonna do with it. I like how it's still a Captain America story, by way of the trailer how like Bucky is still very important, and they brought back General Ross from Hulk. That was really cool. William Hurt is
I thought
back.
you were said General Rom. I was like, they have been playing a bit too much Gears of War.
Damn.
Ah.
But yeah, it was a great trailer. I thought it was very well packed. I mean, obviously, it also followed the structures of most trailers. I thought Scarlett Johansson's hair looked so cool. Like she's always having a new style.
Should we get Becca on this podcast? Ask her what she thinks of it.
but
ooh, shots fired, Becca. Don't get me.
She'll just be like, "It was good." And then that's the whole conversation. Like, I don't know, what's the joke? But, yeah, no, I loved it. I thought it was a great trailer, and, yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was a really interesting one, especially the point you picked up where it still feels like it's a Captain America movie.
Yeah.
With the kind of, like, ensemble cast you have, you just imagine it would fall apart and just be, like, a civil war, but just in the sense it wouldn't be the focus being back on Captain America. I don't know, at the same time, I just couldn't find the thing believable during the Tony Stark and Steve Rogers angle, where it's like he's become his like enemy now almost, or kind of like not his enemy, more of his kind of like his just kind of being when they're being the opposites. He's like, oh, sometimes I just want to punch your teeth. I can't see him being that because I think they've made they made Tony Stark such a likable character, even though he's not meant to be. It kind of shatters that illusion of him becoming a dick again. Iron Man 1 style.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard for me to really swallow that. I'm like, raise my eyebrow. But I did like seeing Black Panther in it.
Oh,
that
he
was
looked
cool
great.
part.
Yeah, I forgot about that. He looked so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely cool seeing Black Panther. No Spider-Man, obviously not, because that's going to be more about the hype later on.
Yeah. Plus, it's a cameo from what we've heard, so it's like if they're going to show the whole fucking thing if he's in the trailer. Like...
Jonah Jameson's.
Yeah. Bring me that spy, dude. They have to get JJ or what's his name, J.K. Simmons. They have to get him to play J. Jonah Jameson again. Like they have to. Come on. If they're getting Wesley Snipes to be Blade, get Simmons, man. Get him. He's the best. He's like I can't see anyone else doing it. I really can't.
No, man. Crap, mega crap. Give you $50 for them.
Doctor Strange. It's good. But it's taken. Doc Ock.
I got it. Doc Ock.
Yeah, all these guys have to have a name. Like he's such a dick.
Yeah.
Doesn't care about people dying, just like But yeah, no, I agree. I think it's probably the most exciting MCU film in a very long time. I haven't been this excited since the original Avengers, to give you an idea. And yeah, man, it looks really cool. I think great way to open Phase 3, by the way. Holy shit. That's a great way to open it. So hopefully, yeah, I think it comes out in May. So we'll get more trailers until then. They're probably gonna release like 3 more or something. That's what they do now.
Oh yeah,
4 trailers every fucking like 2 months or something. Well, in our last piece of movie news, this is really cool stuff. So we actually, I think Adam and I briefly talked about this in our last topic of the week, but so Neil Blomkamp, I think that's how you say his name. His Alien 5 movie, that's what they're calling it. I don't think it's actually Alien 5. It's been recently delayed because of Alien Covenant and stuff like that. Well, it was revealed that the movie would focus on an older Newt. So for those of you who don't know, Newt was the character, the little girl that Ripley saved in the Cameron movie Aliens, and she was killed off in the opening of David Fincher's Alien 3, where she was, it opened that she's already dead, and they even dissected her and shit. Well, apparently, like a new. But yeah, they were actually interviewing Michael Biehn, who played Hicks, and he said this quote. He said, "They're planning on bringing me and Newt back, and at this point, Newt will be around 27 years old. I know that every actress in Hollywood is going to want to play this one. It's really a passing of the torch between Sigourney and this younger actress who would play Newt." And then he went on to say the basic idea is acting like Alien 3 and 4 never existed. No, this is a quote from Michael Biehn. So if you go on Neil Blomkamp's site, everyone can see all of the artwork for that. So yeah, this movie would, I guess, exist in an alternate universe where Alien 1 and 2 took place, but not 3 or Resurrection, which is fucking hilarious. I mean, and this isn't the first time a movie has done this. Remember Superman Returns?
Yeah.
They did the same thing. They're like, Superman 1 and 2 happened, but not 3 and 4. This is the new Superman 3. So I think that's cool. Like, you know, you could still watch the other ones, and if you like them, and I don't know why you would, but to each his own, you know.
It's really strange retconning something like that, though. It really is, because like most film producers and directors just kind of like, you know, scurry over those films and just like briefly mention them, then kind of like, you know, not acknowledge them, or even they just like do something even though something happened in the previous film. Mm-hmm. They just retcon it themselves personally. But when they come out and just like, those two films did not exist, and they're kind of like just jumping leaps and bounds, why would you call it Alien 5? Because it's not continuity then, is it?
No, they're gonna call it something else. It'll probably be like Alienses.
Paradise Lost.
That'd be great.
Ooh.
Aliens 2. Aliens.
Aliens with a Z.
Yeah. Aliens in the Hood. It'll be called Just take them anywhere at this point.
Directed by F. Gary Gray. Starring Dr. Dre as the Xenomorph.
And it's a Xenomorph's body with Dr. Dre. Like his face. And he's really
Steve Dogg in a car with him.
Yeah, he's always pissed. He's just like, what are you doing? Yeah, I think it's cool, man. It kind of reminds me of like the Legend of Zelda timeline, how when Ocarina of Time happens, it like splits into like different things. To me, it's like when Aliens happens now, it splits into two timelines. Like timeline A is like, you know, Alien 3 happens and Resurrection happens, and then now timeline B is, you know, this Untitled or Alien, whatever the hell it's going to be called, this Alien sequel would do that. I'm honestly more interested in this than I am Alien Covenant, to be honest. Look, I love Ridley Scott, but I don't trust him with Alien anymore. I saw Prometheus. No es bueno. But like, you know, whatever. I think I don't think it's like done for good, you know. It's not like finished. I think like there's a chance we might get this movie, but just I don't know, you know, like the time and place is all that, you know, everyone can do it now. I don't know if people can do it later on, you know, so a lot can happen in a few years. Oh, and then, I'm sorry, there's a little bit more of a quote from Michael Biehn. He says, I know Ridley Scott is doing his movie first and is going to be the executive producer on this one, so I'm really looking forward to that. I know that Ridley's focus is on the second Prometheus, and I'm sure that he and Fox both don't want that and Neil's movie to come out right next to each other, because they're kind of two different worlds, with Aliens taking place thousands of years later, which is how they explained it all to me. But at the same time, they want to give them a similar feel. I know they're putting the brakes on Neil's movie just for a little while, but I really think that it would be embarrassing to Ridley and Fox and Sigourney if they just didn't make the movie. That's a very interesting quote. I mean, yeah, I buy that. It could be that they're trying to go the route of like the MCU, kind of, where like, you know, they don't want to do too much. But man, I hope we get to see this. I really do. I think this is going to be like a movie made by the fans for the fans kind of thing. It looks really cool. I mean, I'm looking at all this concept art while we're talking. It's really this is like made for people who like Aliens. So I hope it's good. Yeah. I mean, anything will beat Alien Resurrection and Alien 3. So.